But we all know from experience, if you live long enough, things never stay the same and things fluctuate. Hi, I'm John Stevenson, the Guaranteed Retirement Guy. And I want to talk to you a little bit about how annuities are safe from market fluctuations, and also when the market takes a dive 20, 30%, especially back in 2008. Nobody lost a dime in their annuity contracts. And a lot of people wonder, well, how is this possible? Well, with annuities, remember, even if it's tied to an index, it could be the S&P index, it could be the NASDAQ, it could be Barclays, it doesn't matter. And a lot of times people ask, well, how can they possibly get growth from those indexes without being in them? Well, if you're familiar with options, especially call options associated with certain indexes, certain stocks, and people will even purchase options for real estate. This basically gives you the right to buy the index or the investment or the house at a certain price, even if prices rise on that investment. So this is what insurance companies do. They will spend billions of dollars every single year on call options so that they hopefully, when the market goes up, they can exercise those options and be able to purchase the investment at the low price that they bought the option to do, and then sell it simultaneously at the top. Okay, that is what allows them to make money. But of course, if the market takes a dive, well, they just let the option expire worthless, and so they were never in the market. They never exercised the option because it never went in their favor. Of course, they lose the cost of the option, but it's very, very little compared to what they would have lost with the stock market. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to talk to you about that, because people are scared. Even when the market is up, it's funny, when the market is making new highs and it's really high, people know that it can't go like that forever. Okay, they know that there's going to be a correction, and they don't want to experience that. They're like, I'm in retirement, I cannot afford a correction. Okay, so I took my family hiking. We actually did a backpacking trip last weekend, and we live by Lake Tahoe, and I love this area. I mean, my office is in Las Vegas, I got my staff there, but I live 7 hours north because my wife hates the heat, and I love backpacking, skiing, and snowboarding. And so we love it up here. And I was able to take my family, the entire family, on a backpacking trip all together. We've done numerous backpacking trips before, but this is the first time I got everyone together, including my 1-year-old son, Maverick. He was on my back for 20 miles. And I'll tell you, if you've ever worn a backpack and you have a heavy, almost 2-year-old child, boy, it can make your shoulders really, really sore. And that's what was happening. But the other thing that we were experiencing is we were experiencing high altitude gains. Okay, so we were going up above Marlette Lake. This lake is 1,300 feet above Lake Tahoe. So you could see across the top of that lake plus Lake Tahoe. And we got up in time just to see the sunset at the very top of Snow Valley Peak. So it's a beautiful view. We had our dinner, and then we started hiking down. We started hiking down towards a camping area about 3 or 4 miles down into the valley near Marlette Lake. Now, it was getting dark. And of course, we're going down this hill, it's feeling good, and we've experienced a nice run-up, okay? And you probably know where I'm going with this, right? We've experienced a nice run-up, kind of like your investments. We've experienced the sunrise or the sunset, and it was beautiful. But now we're going down and we're trying to protect, right, our gains. And when I mean for backpacking gains, we're just trying to make sure we get there at all in one piece. We haven't had any injuries since then. But of course, as we start going down, it starts getting dark, and my daughter, Paisley, she decides she does not need her flashlight. She's watching the flashlight of Finn, my younger son, in front of her, and that's lighting the way just enough. Problem is he moves his flashlight out to one side because we were pointing out something, and all of a sudden her step that she thought was sure actually made her slip on a big rock right in front of her that she didn't realize was there, and she tripped and she went smack right down on her face, on her arms, her legs. She had blood all over the place. I was glad that she didn't actually knock out a tooth, but it was because my son Finn had just moved the flashlight just for a minute, just for a second. And of course, she didn't have her light there. And so she had that injury. Now with annuities, you're not going to have that type of injury. If, sometimes the market will flicker. Sometimes, the light might change just for a second, or we'll have an event. I don't know, we've got COVID, we got the 2008 crisis. We got Putin going in to Ukraine. Like all these different things really, really changes the markets, and they can change the markets overnight. And so with that, usually when something like that happens that you have no control over, you've got positions in the market that are going to suffer. Okay, they're going to. And if you have a problem with that, then you need to look at annuities as part of your portfolio to protect against that trip and fall and getting blood all over yourself, like my daughter did. And it's funny, it happened the next day with my other son, and it was in broad daylight, and we weren't going downhill. And he still tripped, fell, and bloodied himself up as well. And so even when times are good, sometimes little hiccups in our lives can change our situation rather quickly, okay? Where my son is really in a good mood, he's really happy, and all of a sudden he's really frustrated because he tripped, fell, hurt himself, and my wife's trying to console him, trying to help him be strong. And of course, annuities, in my opinion, they're like the perfect option in our investment portfolios because they give us the fun of the market, not all of the fun, right? That's how they make their profit. So they're giving us part of the index returns, and in return, we're not losing anything when the market drops. Okay, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. And if you have an income rider on top of it, boy, you can make a lot of income. Okay, I'm putting someone into an annuity right now where it's going to generate like $5 or $6 million in income to him. Okay, he's getting like a threefold what he's putting into this, and more if he lives longer. So, and it's for him and his wife. So, just think about protection. Okay, I love having the heights of the market. Just like we enjoyed getting up there and seeing the sunset above Marlette Lake and Lake Tahoe. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. Okay, and it was hard getting up there. It's kind of like our investments. It was hard getting them up to where they are right now. But we all know from experience, if you live long enough, things never stay the same and things fluctuate. And sometimes you can have one bad year or one bad month, or you can have several bad years. Okay, and you never know when it's going to hit. That's why we had the lost decade between, the dot-com crash, and then you had the housing crash, and then it finally went up to where it was before the dot-com crash in 2013. So they called that the lost decade because a lot of people, they were in retirement or right before retirement, and they were trying to take their 4% withdrawals, and then the market took a dive, and now all of a sudden their withdrawals are 10 and 12%, and now they realize, oh, well, this isn't gonna work, I'm running out of money, I have to go back to work. Okay, with an annuity, you don't have to worry about that. If those people had purchased an annuity in the beginning, then their income would never change, and so when you got those market dives, they could care less because they got their income over here completely taken care of. Okay, that's what gives you the peace of mind to be smart. Because when your investments take a dive, you don't want to be making a rash decision or being emotional about it, because when you do that, you're going to take a loss. You're going to rip your investments out of the market, and you're going to take a loss right then. But instead of being in that position, you can wisely leave your investments there knowing that they're going to recover because you don't need them for your retirement. You've got your annuity contract here paying you, okay? And it's paying you every single month. This is why it's so valuable. In my opinion, annuities help you make more money in your other investments because they help you see clearly. They help you think clearly. And that's why you had Babe Ruth. He did it, and it saved his family, okay? You had Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, we all know him as an avid investor. He's very, very good at business, and he's made hundreds of millions of dollars doing it. But before he did that, he put millions into annuities for himself and his family. Okay, he knew the value of having that foundation so that when times get rough, and they do, he was prepared. Okay, and that can be the same for you if you choose to set up your portfolio that way. So I'm happy to help. Of course, if you look at the link below this video, you'll notice it goes to my calendar. I would invite you to go to that link and book a call with me. And we'll talk about your annuity needs. If you just need maybe straight growth, or if you're looking for a lot of income, we'll look at everything. And I'll show you everything regardless of what I'm getting paid. Okay, a lot of guys, and I just got a call from someone today, and he was being pitched an annuity that was paying him $10,000 less than an annuity above it would. And it was with a better company. And I don't know why the agent wasn't showing him that, unless maybe he was getting a higher commission. Okay, and a lot of times agents will do that. I am not going to do that. I'm going to show you everything that's available, and you can make the decision whether or not it's good for your situation. And I'll be there to help, okay? So again, I appreciate you watching. And please like, subscribe to my channel so you can get all of my updates in the future. And we'll see you in the next video. Hey there. I know annuities can be sometimes boring and sometimes hard to understand. So if you have a question, please feel free to comment below and I'll answer the best way I can, or we can get on a call as well. But anyways, happy to help. But please do share in the comment section because we love hearing from you.